Hi everybody and welcome to a Grimdark Future Battle Report, Eternal Dynasty versus Orc Marauders. Captain Hasheex, the Eternal Dynasty commander, is back in the Legatos Sector. He has built a capable patrol since his takeover of a rocky base complex in the sector. And now he's ready and determined to clean the sector of alien and hostile forces. His first target is the streets of an abandoned city overrun by orcs. A victory here, and he will be ready to expand even further into the sector. The orcs have deployed in the southeast sector of the city, and they are a huge force. They are led by a boss leader armed with carbine mod, ultra claw, and he also has a cyborg body that gives him regeneration. He's joined to 3 ultra bosses, all armed with carbines, 2 with rocket mods, 1 with heavy flamer mod, and 3 with ultra saws. All of them have a tough value of 3. Then we have 2 boss mobs. The first one armed with 4 pistols, 4 ultra axes, and the final one with ultra claw and carbine with rocket mod. The other boss mob is armed with 5 pistols and 5 ultra axes. We also have a unit of specialist orcs. They are armed with 3 railguns and they are snooty. For the first time, the orcs also bring goblin walkers. They are good shots, armed with 1 bazooka, 2 mini claws, 1 mini saw, 1 rocket launcher, and 1 heavy flamer, all of them with a tough value of 3, and finally a goblin herd. They are armed with pistols and they are fearless and shooty. As always, all the orcs are furious and bad shots. From the northwest corner, Captain Hasheex and his Eternal Dynasty disciplined troops approach the city. Captain Hasheex is armed with a Dynasty pistol and a hook sword, and he is a Sage level 2 caster. With him, he has a group of warriors. They are armed with long rifles and 1 missile Shishi turret. Then we have a group of 3 Onis. They are armed with bash attack, heavy fist, 1 missile fist, 2 plasma fists, 1 shred fist, and 1 gun fist. And they are equipped with jetpacks that gives them ambush and flying. All of them have a tough value of 3. Captain Hasheex has also brought a Royal Guard unit. They are elite warriors, they are armed with spears and spear shots, and they have regeneration. And the final unit is a Ninja Walker, armed with heavy burst autogun, a rope sickle, and stomp attack. And the Ninja Walker has stealth and ambush and a tough value of 9. And all the Eternal Dynasty forces are fearless. The deployment style is side battle, and there are 4 objectives on the battlefield. The mission is pitched battle. At the end of each round, the forces will get 1 victory point for each objective marker that they have seized, and at the end of the game they will get 1 additional victory point if they seized more markers than the opponent. The game will end after 4 rounds, and whoever has the most victory points will win. The Eternal Dynasty will roll the orange dice, and the green herd, of course, will roll the green dice. And the roll-off will show that the Orc Marauders will activate first in round number 1. Just before the first round, the Eternal Dynasty will choose to have the Ninja Walker in ambush reserve. The unit of specialist orcs will activate first. They advance 6 inches here behind the wall. They are armed with railguns with a long range of 36 inches, so they can target the warriors. And with the lock-on ability, they will ignore cover. They need 5s, so 2 hits, but a 6 will give an additional hit because they are snooty. And the railguns fire with AP2, so the warriors need 6s, and there is not 1 single good defense roll here. 3 warriors are shot down in the very first activation. And the remaining ones will have to pass a morale test, and even though they are fearless, they will fail, and they are now shaken. The Onis will activate and step in front of the warriors. They will fly 6 inches forward and then they will divide their shots. They will send 2 missiles against the Goblin Walkers and fire the Plasma Fists and the Gun Fist at the Specialist Orcs. The Shred Fist is out of range. So first the 2 missiles, they will hit with 3s, and that's a great shot. The missiles will ignore cover, and that will take 6s for the Goblin Walkers to defend, and they will fail both of them. So one of them will take 2 wounds. Then I made 2 mistakes. I should have fired 4 plasma shots, and the second mistake is that I counted this as 2 hits instead of only 1. But I will call that even. Then the Gun Fist with 2 shots, and one of them will hit. The Specialist Orcs will block that one with a 5, so that's good. In the end, 2 Specialist Orcs will be shot. And the remaining Orc will have to pass a morale test. And he will do so. 2 wounds to one of the Goblin Walkers, but the unit is still intact. Then the first boss mob will rush 12 inches forward here at the wall. They cannot shoot, but they will approach the objective. And the Royal Guards will immediately respond and do the same. Protect one of the objectives. The Orc boss himself and his Ultra bosses will activate next, and they will claim objective number 3. So now the forces control 1 objective each. The unit of warriors will remove their shaken. They are back in business, but they have activated. That gives room to the second boss mob. They will rush forward and they will claim the second objective. Captain Hasheex will activate as the last Eternal Dynasty unit. He will move here behind the Royal Guard, and then he will spend 2 magic tokens on Eternal Guidance. He will need a 4, and if he's successful, he will be able to target 2 friendly units within 12 inches and give them +1 to their hit rolls next time they shoot, and he is good. So the Royal Guard and the Onis will get a +1 in their next shoot action. The 10 goblins activate now, and they rush forward. They will see if they can find some kind of cover on the battlefield, and they can here. They are not close enough to control the objective, but they will take cover here. And that leaves only 1 unit to activate, the Goblin Walkers. Their weapon range is too short where they are now, so they also have to move forward and take position here behind the wall, where they will be able to shoot in the next round. And that concludes round number 1. There were a few casualties on both sides, but more important, the forces now control 1 objective for the Eternal Dynasty, 2 objectives for the Orc Marauders. The Orcs have the lead. But they are also in for a surprise, because just before round number 2, the Ninja Walker will deploy in ambush, more than 9 inches away, but more than ready for the second round. The stealthy Ninja Walker has deployed in ambush, and the target is the group of Ultra Bosses and the Orc leader. The Ninja Walker is armed with 2 ranged weapons. First, a rope sickle, and that one will hit, and next 8 shots with the heavy burst autogun. And that is AP nothing but rending, so that will be 5 hits and 1 with the sickle. The sickle is deadly, and it's AP nothing, but there will be no defense roll, and that will take out 1 entire Orc. Next up, the 2 rending hits. One of them will be saved. So far 1 hit. And then the 3 regular hits with the heavy burst autogun. Also 1 save. So that will, in the end, be a total of 3 more hits. And that will take out 1 more Ultra Boss. With a quality of 3, the Orc leader and the Ultra Boss will have to pass a morale test, and they can't. So they are shaken. No wonder. From the most powerful unit on the battlefield to the goblins. They will advance 6 inches, not quite close enough to the objective, but they can target the Onis, and they have 12 shots. They are good shots, so they hit on 4s, and they hit with 1 shot and 2 shooty shots that will give additional hits. And 2 more hits. One of them will trigger the shooty keyword. In the end, the goblins will hit with 8 shots. With their pistols, they are AP nothing. The Onis have a defense of 3, and there are 2 hits. The first 4 defense rolls, and the next 4, 1 more hit. That's 3. So the goblins will actually, believe it or not, shoot down 1 Oni. He leaves the battlefield in disgrace. The Royal Guard will activate next. They will still be close to their objective. They advance less than 6 inches, and they target the boss mob here. They have a +1 from Captain Hasheex magic, so they only need 2s instead of 3 to hit. With their spears. Their spears are AP nothing, but let's see how many they can hit with. There are 5 hits. That's great. With AP nothing, the Orcs will defend with rolls of 4. Ooh, and only 1 defense roll. The Royal Guard will shoot down 4 Orcs. They are influenced by magic, but still a great performance. That will, of course, take a morale test, and the remaining survivor will not pass. He's shaken. The other boss mob advances forward, and they will split their shots in 2. All the pistols will target the warriors, and then they will target the Onis with their carbine and carbine mod. And that could be dangerous, but first the pistol shots. And they are bad shots indeed. No hits. But then 2 shots with a carbine, and one of them is a rocket mod. A deadly rocket mod. It's a limited shot, so only 1 chance, and they will not hit. Only 1 hit with a carbine, and the Onis will easily defend that. No hits at all. Immediately after, the 2 Onis will fly towards the central objective and claim it, and then they will split their fire. 2 rockets again against the Goblin Walkers, and 4 plasma shots this time against the Goblins. And they will also hit with rolls of 2 because of Captain Hasheex magic, and both the rockets will hit their target. Let's see if the Goblin Walkers can defend. Yeah, they can, one of them, but 1 rocket will hit the target. That is enough to remove 1 Goblin Walker from the battlefield. Then the 4 plasma shots. And they will hit with all 4. And they are AP4, but the Goblins really don't care. They need 6s anyway to defend. And there will be 1 good defense roll, but also 3 fatalities. 3 goblins shot. The Orc leader decides that someone has to do something about the Ninja Walker, so the Goblin Walkers will turn around and try to take him down in close combat. They have 1 deadly mini saw and 1 mini claw to do it. First, the mini claw attacks. 3 attacks. And there are 2 hits, and they are AP3. With a tough defense of 2, the Ninja Walker will have to block with 5s, but it's no good, and the Ninja Walker will take 2 wounds. Then the deadly mini-saw with 1 hit, and that one is AP1, but it will take 3 hits, and this one will be blocked, so no worries. The Ninja Walker can now fight back with 4 stomp attacks. 3 of them will hit. It's AP1. That will take rolls of 4. The Goblin Walkers will take 2 wounds, but the Ninja will win the battle because he has Fear 2. The Goblin Walkers will pass their morale test, and this fight is not over yet. The remaining warriors will advance forward. 1 warrior with rifle and 1 operating the missile turret. They will target the boss mob, and the rifle will hit. And the missile turret will hit with 1 of the missiles. The Orcs need a 4 to block the rifle, and they will defend it. and the missile is AP3, and they will also defend that. The specialist orc will advance, and from that position he can target Captain Hasheex with his railgun. 3 shots and no hits. Luckily for the captain, he's a very bad shot. Instead, the captain himself will activate. He will rush 12 inches and he will perform a magic attack against the goblins. He will spend 1 magic token and use another one to increase the chance. He needs a 3 to perform his Dragon Breath, and he's successful. And with Dragon Breath, the goblins will take 4 hits. And again, they need 6s to do something about it. They will roll 2 6s, but 2 will still perish as a result of the captain's magic. That will take the goblins down to half strength. 5 goblins left. They have to perform a morale test. And with a quality of 6, they will fail, but they are fearless. They have a second chance. And that one is good. The goblins are fine. Finally, the orc leader and the boss mob orc here will remove their shaken conditions, and that concludes the second round. The forces control 2 objectives each at the end of the second round. That gives the orcs a narrow lead of 4 to 3 victory points before round number 3. The 2 Onis activate first this time. They move slightly and then they target 2 units with their ranged weapons. They target the boss mob with their plasma cannons, and they target the goblin walkers again with their missiles. 3 plasma shots will hit. The orcs are forced to roll 6s. There will be 1 good defense roll and 2 orcs will be blasted. Wow, not the third one. He just fell over. He is back again. Then the missiles. 1 hit. And the goblin walkers have a tough time defending anything, and they will also take 1 hit here, and that will be the 3rd hit to one of the walkers, and that will remove it from the battlefield. So only 1 walker left. The morale test is failed, so the goblin walker will be shaken, and that leaves him more or less defenseless against the ninja. That forces the orc leader and his ultra boss to act. They will charge the ninja walker with 2 ultra claw and 1 ultra saw attack, but the ultra saw is deadly. The orcs will hit with 3s, and they will hit with all of them. Luckily for the ninja, none of them are 6s, and that would trigger Furious. But still, let's see if the ninja can defend the ultra saw, and it can. And being deadly, that was really lucky. But with AP4, the ninja will not defend the very heavy ultra claw, so 2 wounds to the ninja, and then it will attack back. And there are 3 hits that the orcs must deal with, and there will be 1 defense roll, so 2 wounds to 1 ultra boss. And the morale test, they will pass this time. The warriors will continue their advance and see if they can remove the boss mob. 1 rifle and 2 missiles. The rifle will hit, and the orcs will make the save. Then the missile turret. Also 1 hit, and that one will be harder to defend, and the boss mob will fail that 1 defense roll, and that will take down 1 more orc, leaving them below half strength. They will pass the morale test though. The 5 remaining goblins are still determined to spread terror on the battlefield. They will advance to the left side and they will target the Royal Guard with their pistols. And woo! That's a great roll. They will hit with 4 out of 5 shots, and 2 of them will trigger Shooty. So that's 6 shots with AP nothing against the Royal Guard. They will defend with rolls of 4. And the defense roll is not really that good. 3 hits, possibly taking the Royal Guard to below half strength, but they have regeneration. On a roll of 5 or 6, they will regenerate the hits, and they will roll 3 good regeneration rolls. They will take no damage, but it was damn close. Captain Hasheex continue his movement to the center of the battlefield. Again, he will try to perform Dragon Breath. He will use 1 magic token and 1 more to increase the chance. He needs a 3 again. His target is the Specialist Orc. And once again, his magic is good. That's 4 hits that the Orc will have to deal with. And even with 1 good defense roll, there are still 3 hits. That's more than plenty to eliminate the remaining Specialist Orc. The 2 boss mob Orcs will charge the warriors. Try to get into what they are really good at, and they will have 3 hits with their Ultra Axes. They are AP 1. The warriors must try to defend with 5s, and there is 1 good defense roll, but the 2 remaining hits will be enough to eliminate the unit. The Orcs will consolidate with movement towards the center of the battlefield. Now it's time for the Royal Guard's revenge. They will target the goblins with 4 spear shots, hitting with 3s. And there are 4 hits, and I highly doubt the goblins will defend any of those. But goblins have performed miracles before. They will need 6s. And there is not 1 single roll of 6 that will eliminate not all but 4 goblins, leaving 1 sole survivor. Let's see what that goblin is made of. Steel, apparently. He will pass his morale test even with a quality of 6. 1 boss mob Orc left, and it's all or nothing. He will charge against the Royal Guard. He's armed with 1 Ultra Axe, but he will roll 2 6s, and that will, with Furious, give him a total of 4 hits. The original 2 6s are rending. Here the Royal Guard will have to roll 6, and the 2 Furious hits will take defense rolls of 4. And they will fail both the rending hits. So far, 2 hits. And they will also fail 1 of the regular hits. That's 3 hits. But they have been hit before and saved by their regeneration. Let's see if they can do it again. And no, that will be 3 hits. The 1 remaining Orc will slay 3 Royal Guards. 2 guards can fight back. They have 4 attacks with their spears, and they will hit with 2 of them only. But still 2 hits is of course enough to eliminate the Orc. He will need 5s to block, and that will be unlikely. But not impossible. He will make both defense rolls. That is an incredible attack. He will cut down 3 guards and shake off the return strike. But the guards will pass their morale test, and they will move slightly back. The Orc is not close enough to contest the objective. The Ninja Walker has taken a few hits, but now it's time to fight back. The Rope Sickle will target the Goblin Walker, but will not hit. And the 8 heavy burst autogun shots will target the Orc leader and the remaining Ultra Boss. And with a couple of rerolls, there will be a total of 7 hits. 2 of them will be rending. The Orcs must deal with the rending hits first. They will of course have to roll 6s. And there is 1 good. But that's also 1 hit. So far 1 hit. Now the remaining 5 hits. They are AP nothing. They will take rolls of 4. And that gives 4 more hits. A total of 5 will eliminate the Ultra Boss and the leader. The Ultra Boss was already wounded, and there will be no regeneration rolls of any kind. they are eliminated. Last activation of this round is the Goblin Walker that will remove the shaken condition. It's not looking good for the Orcs, but they still have the lead. They lead with 6 victory points to 5 before the 4th and final round. The Eternal Dynasty have the upper hand on the battlefield, but they also have to get more objectives, otherwise they will lose this battle. So the task here is to eliminate the Orc units. First 4 plasma shots, and 3 of them will hit. The target is the boss mob in the upper part of the battlefield. That will take defense rolls of 6, and they will fail them, and the boss mob here is eliminated. The 2 rockets will target the lonely boss mob Orc, the one that almost single-handedly eliminated the Royal Guard. And he will take 2 hits now. Question is, how much can he resist? Not more. He is also eliminated. Impressive shooting by the Onis. They control the center of the battlefield, and then they deploy their fire all around them. The Goblin Walker will now activate, and he is forced to guard this objective, otherwise it will be completely open. Now 1 Goblin doesn't seem like much of a threat, but he can move around the battlefield and maybe contest objectives. So Captain Hasheex will once again use his magic. He needs a 3, and then he will perform Dragon Breath, and the Goblin will not defend all the Dragon Breath hits, and he is also eliminated. Captain Hasheex then captures the second objective on the battlefield. The road is clear. There are no more Orc units on the battlefield to activate, so the Ninja Walker will be next, and the Walker will target the Goblin Walker. That looks like 6 heavy burst autogun hits, one of them rending, and the Goblin Walker will begin with the rending hit. That is no good. 5 hits remaining. It will defend with 3s, but there are 2 failed defense rolls for a total of 3 hits, and that will, of course, eliminate the Goblin Walker. With the objective unguarded, the Royal Guard can move in and capture the 4th objective, and that will, of course, give the victory to Captain Hasheex and the Eternal Dynasty. They will win with 10 victory points to 6. The last round cleared out the rest of the Orcs, and that was a quite impressive victory by Captain Hasheex and his forces, and they can now continue their quest in the Legatos Sector. Thanks a lot for watching this battle report. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll join me for future bad reps.